Alright guys, welcome back to the property channel. Okay, so this weekend is a very interesting weekend itself. Okay, of course we have the annual Formula One coming to Singapore. So how many of you are actually going for the race itself? Alright, so if let's say you guys didn't manage to get your tickets, no worries. Alright, then join me at Faber Residence because I also didn't manage to get my tickets for this year's race. Alright. So yeah, let's just dive straight into Faber Residence, okay, and see what this project is all about. All right, so let's just start off with the preview timeline first, okay. So basically, the show flat preview will be taking place for about 2 weeks, starting from this Friday itself, 3rd of October, all the way to 13th October, Monday. All right. Then the check cut-off itself will be on 14th of October, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Okay. So this check cut-off is basically for you to submit your blank check as an expression of interest if you are keen to take part in the ballot eventually. All right. Next will be your check merging. So check merging is basically developer will merge all the checks collected from the various agencies, and from there we will be able to know the total check count that is going for the ballot itself. All right. Next will be your balloting itself. Balloting itself is when your queue number and your stipulated time slot to come down for your booking is announced to you. That will be on 16th of October, Thursday. Okay. After that, of course, 17th of October will be our first booking day. As usual, we start off with the multiple purchases and VIP purchases. Get to select your unit 1 day in advance, 17th of October. So, guys, for any of you who have, family members who are keen in looking at the Clementi area as well, or for that matter, looking in the west, do chill them to come down to Faber Residence together. At the end of the day, if let's say this is a development both of you resonate with, then you guys are able to qualify for your multiple purchase. Okay, then this will just increase your chances of getting an ideal unit because at the end of the day, you are getting the priority to select your units 1 day in advance. All right. Then, of course, for 18 October, Saturday, that will be for your regular single unit purchases, the public booking day itself. All right. All right, so the usual disclaimer. Okay, so let's get started on the project information. Of course, we know this project is Faber Residence. It is a condominium. It is the 99-year leasehold. All right, once again, it's developed by Guoco Land and Hong Leong Holdings. So, as you guys realize, there are many developments developed by Guoco Land and Hong Leong itself in the last quarter of 2025. All right, so this is located in, of course, District 5, all right, in the Clementi Precinct, exactly located at Faber Walk, all right, sitting on a land plot, 277,000 square feet. It's very, very sizable land, accommodating 399 units, of course, more than the 250 units, so considerably large development, all right. TOP will be in 2029. Developer got the land for Faber at a very interesting land cost of 900 per square foot per plot ratio. Guys, this is seriously too similar to the land cost of an executive condo. But do take note, this is a private condo itself. All right. So this means that our pricing might be very attractive. All right. So stay to the end and we will find out what exactly is the pricing for Faber. All right. And in terms of the unit types, 2 to 5 bedder. So you guys realize, I mean, in terms of the current trend itself, many developments have already scrapped the 1 bedder itself. So the demand for 1 bedder is no longer in the market. All right. So this also gives you guys some insights. Sometimes when you all see the way that the various developers do things, the way that the market is heading towards, you guys are able to be more flexible about it. So you guys can take this information, and keep it at the back of your head. And when you would select another development and that development has a 1 bedder itself, then you might want to think twice. Do you want to go for the 1 bedder? Or if you have the capabilities to do so, do you want to push a bit more to go for a 2 bedder? All right. So that's the thing, right? Now, let's dive straight into the 12 reasons why Faber Residence is going to be your next ideal investment or your next ideal own stay property. All right. Now, number one, Faber Residence, it is the first launch in Faber Walk Enclave in 12 years. Okay, so that means that there is a lot of pent-up demand. All right. Uh, since the last 12 years, there is no launch in the Faber Walk Enclave itself. All right. So okay, so let's have a look, yeah. So basically, the Faber residence, the location itself, as mentioned, it is at Faber Walk. So the launch that was basically 12 years ago itself is none other than your waterfront at Faber. Okay, so you guys looking to perhaps enter into Faber residence itself, you will already have a 12-year head start ahead of waterfront at Faber. So in the future, when you are looking to basically exit Faber, okay, the people looking at newer properties in this precinct will then only have the option to turn to you itself, all right, because you are the only most latest addition to the Faber enclave, okay. Now, number two, walking distance to Jurong Town Hall MRT. Okay, so in future, there's going to be a Jurong Town Hall MRT along the JE line. Okay, so you are basically able to have the convenience of a MRT itself, right? So of course, guys, I know what you guys will say. I always preach that MRT has to be within 500 meters of the development itself to be considered near. Anything further is not considered near. Yes, I stick with what I say. So in the case of Faber itself, definitely it fails my framework in terms of the MRT within 500 meters. All right, but it has fulfilled my large development, and we will find out later whether it fulfills the fact that there is primary school within 1 kilometer of the development. Okay, but anyway, it's going to be within 800 meters to Jurong Town Hall MRT. Estimated will be 8 minutes walk itself. So completion, it will be in 2028. Okay, so essentially, by the time you guys move in, you all will have the convenience of the Jurong Town Hall MRT already. All right. Okay, so basically there are various ways you can get to different places itself. So we take a look from the Faber residence side gate itself. Then you guys of course pass your scenic waterfront, pass your park connector, international business park, open car park, all right, and then you guys will basically reach your German center. As you can see, it's about 8 minutes and 27 seconds walk to Jurong Town Hall MRT. All right. Now, let's look at the connectivity from the current line and the future MRT lines, because the Jurong Regional Line is going to be a new addition to the whole map itself. Okay, so basically, Jurong Town Hall MRT itself will be over here. Okay, so it is one stop away from a major interchange, which is Jurong East, whereby, of course, you have your uh, red line, your green line, and the blue line itself, the light blue line, which is basically your Jurong region line. Okay. Of course, you also have another major interchange, which will then be Chua Chu Kang itself, whereby you also will gain access to your red line itself. All right. Next, we will talk about the bus services. So the bus stop is just seriously at the doorstep itself of Faber residence. You are able to see this is where Faber will be located at. Okay, then you have a bus stop here. All right. Of course, on the opposite, you are able to have an overhead bridge crossing to the opposite bus stop. So these are the few bus services that you guys are able to access, okay, from the bus stop at the Infinity condo or opposite itself. All right. Okay, so what are the potential routes that these bus services will bring you to? So of course, if we were to look at the one opposite the Infinity, that is eastbound. So your bus 97 will take you to your various major malls like your Vivo City, even straight to your Marina Bay Financial Center, to Pan Pacific, Suntec, NUH, all right, as well as New West Mall itself. Okay, then of course, in terms of the bus 154s, it will go to Ngee Poly, okay, SIM, as well as NJC and your Botanic Gardens, all right. And for bus 197, likewise, we are going to New West Mall, Alexandra Hospital, Chinatown, Clarke Quay, Bugis Junction, all right. And then we look at 198 will be to New West Mall and UH, all right. 201, again, New West Mall and Clementi MRT itself. Okay, but of course, once the Jurong regional line is up, then the that will be the closest station lah, rather than taking 201 to go to Clementi MRT. Okay. Okay, next, of course, we look at the westbound itself, which is from the other side of the road. So, looking at bus 97, 154, 197, 198, 201, all right, they will bring you to places like your Jurong East Interchange, Boon Lay Interchange, all right, and of course, most importantly, you can go to your science center as well, all right. Now, let's look at the next reason why Faber residence is something that you should be considering. So, of course, great connectivity. I mean, that is already proven, right, by your walking distance to your Jurong Town Hall MRT, as well as the various buses that you guys have seen that is able to basically, take you around the Clementi Pristine and beyond. All right. So now in terms of if you are basically driving itself, once again, this is where Faber residence is located at. So you are directly connected to the AYE via the AYE itself to your CTE and ECP, which are your major transport nodes. All right. And of course, you are also connected via PIE itself. All right, which takes you to BKE as well as KPE. Next thing, expensive site area, like I've mentioned, it sits on a very huge plot of land, almost 278,000 square feet of land. All right. So just to put things into context, this we are looking at estimated of 4 football fields combined, with each football field being estimated 70,000 square feet. Okay, now low density waterfront living. So as we have seen through the artist impressions in the earlier slides, you guys notice that it is a low density sort of development. All right. So we are able to basically combine our nature as well as the modern comfort itself. So we are right at the waterfront. Okay, so this is probably going to be a very, very serene environment that you're going to be getting. Okay, so this itself, you're able to see through the artist impression. This is Faber residence. Right beside you will be your PCN already. You're able to take your morning walk, your morning jog, just by the river itself. All right. Now, next thing, second CBD. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, we have to always make sure that there are future upcoming transformation in the area, because that is the only way whereby your price is going to be pushed up in the future. So there is always a few phases, to a particular transformation. So when we find out about the transformation from government itself, that is the announcement phase. That is when you notice that your surrounding neighbors start to ask for a slight premium in the area, because it has already been announced that there's going to be a rejuvenation in this township. So that is the reason they're asking for premium itself. All right. The next thing that we look at after the announcement phase, of course, will be the construction phase. Definitely, I mean, Singapore government is predictable, right? Whatever they say, it will come to fruition. But us as humans, we like to see the action really put into place. So that's the reason when people start to see real transformation taking place, MRT coming up, shopping mall coming up, right? Then that is when the price is able to command for a further premium. Next, of course, we have our completion phase. All right. When the actual transformation is being completed, everything is operating in action, then that is when your sellers in the area are able to safely and confidently command a premium from the future buyers, right? Showing them, how much the township has transformed, how much more convenience it has brought to them when everything is already in action. Okay. So let's look at some of the transformation plan to transform the second CBD in Singapore. So of course, there are going to be upcoming Grade A officers in the Jurong Lake district. Okay, so the existing Jurong Lake district only spans across 200,000 square meters, but there is going to be 1.4 million square meters planned for the Jurong Lake district itself. So this is going to be the second largest after the downtown core, which is, of course, we all know that is our CBD in Singapore. That is the reason Jurong Lake District is known as second CBD. Okay, so of course we have other smaller CBDs like our Woodlands Central, which is currently sitting at 70,000 square meters, Tampines Regional Centre 130,000 square meters, Paya Lebar Central 200,000, Downtown Core 5.2 million itself. All right. So this is the government's commitment in terms of the transformation and rejuvenation of Singapore itself. All right. Now, let's look at what are some of the catalysts that trigger transformation. In every transformation, we cannot escape from these things. If not, it's not called a transformation. All right. So, of course, we have our corporate officers. All right. So, corporate officers in the various areas like your One North, Jurong Lake District, Innovation District, etc. Then we have our R&D, all right, research and development. We have our design and test bedding. We have our production and our logistics. Okay, so this is going to, how is it going to be rejuvenated? So when it's rejuvenated into a second CBD, means that we need people to be actively taking part in this area. So of course we need new homes to house people. 20,000 new homes will be added into the area. Next thing, we need to have new jobs. 100,000 new jobs will be supplied. Of course, come the jobs will naturally come retail and F&B spaces to add on to the employment requirement. So 73,000 square meters of such will be added. And lastly, of course, with jobs come office spaces, 146,000 square meters of office space will be added. Okay, so yeah, this is the Jurong Lake District transformation I talked about. Okay, so it's going to become your future integrated tourism hub itself. Okay, so next thing, top tier developer by Gokuland itself. So Gokuland and Hong Leong, once again, they require no introduction. I believe after so long, you guys are all very familiar with Gokuland and their quality assurance. I think it needs no needs us to say more lah, right? Okay, so these are of course some of the developments created by Gokuland itself. Of course, they have a strong presence in the Lentor area. We all know. Moving to the CBD, we have our Midtown Modern, Midtown Bay, and Martin Modern itself. Then of course, Mayor mentioned we have it that is in the east. All right, and Warwick Residence itself. Okay, that is in the CBD area. Okay, now, this is just some of the artist impressions. You are able to see the past projects of Gokuland when it comes to the luxury residential series. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Okay, so previously, recently launched Springleaf Residence right at the doorstep of Springleaf MRT itself. So 92%. All right, average 217.5 per square foot. Okay, so just in the first 2 days itself, Gokuland already sold 2175 at 2175 PSF, 92% of the units. So we can tell that they are really a top tier developer. Everyone is very, very well reassured by them. All right. Okay, next thing, full private enclave landed plus condo. So this is going to be a township whereby it's only going to revolve around condo and landed itself. So in future, of course, your SD strategy, if you're looking at Faber for an investment, it will be your lender right sizes or your landed property owners who are looking to purchase property for their children. You know, the children will stay near the parents. That is where they enter into Faber residence in the future. Okay, so we can have a look. I mean, in the Faber Walk enclave, the freehold landed properties there are all crossing the $6.5 million mark. So this shows you that the people living in the Faber Walk landed enclave have the capacity to basically buy over a condo such as Faber Residence, right? And of course, they will have the financial ability to support their children to also look at a condo which is nearby the Faber landed enclave. Okay. So yeah, these are just some of the units there to show you guys, it ranges from 6.5 million all the way up to 16.22 million. Okay. So yeah, it's a very, very huge range of landed properties. As you can see, Faber itself, basically we have semi-Ds, we have mixed landed, we have bungalows, all right? So all different types of property types. Okay, so yeah, so this is some comments that people have made about the Faber area. So you see, some of them say many of them were so comfortable staying here for 50 years, mostly teachers, doctors, lawyers of old times. So all these are all very high profile people. Okay, it's going to be a very, very prestigious enclave when it fully develops. All right, next comment, what do we have? Faber Hill Estate is not only Faber Walk, tour Faber Garden and Faber Terrace to see more beauties of the estate, have peaceful ambience and great neighbors. Okay, so that is all very, very positive comments. All right, next, $1 million HDB upgraders. Okay, so although in the surrounding, probably not exactly as near as the landed properties in terms of your HDB itself, but of course, Clementi is the township where definitely you have your HDB, right? I mean, it's equivalent to Tampines itself, whereby it's an established township that you are going to get your HDB upgraders. Okay, so you are able to see Clementi is one of the area whereby there are a lot of $1 million record breaking sort of HDB flats. So 4-room flats sold for record 1.28 million. What else? 1.46 million. 5-room Clementi resale. All right. So nearly 900,000 of gains from the first owners in the HDB estate in Clementi, right? So basically, this shows you that they do have the upgrading power and the purchasing power when in the future you're looking to exit Faber residence. Okay, so that is very important because at the end of the day, you want to be buying into an enclave whereby your price disparity is overly huge from your surrounding properties. Uh, then you're going to seriously have a problem because there's not going to be anyone being able to afford when you are looking to exit in the future. Okay. All right, so of course there are many residents. Don't need to say. All right, Clementi is a very established area. 71,000 HDB residents, total 103,000 Clementi residents. All right, and you're able to see the kind of jump that the resale market is performing in terms of the million dollar HDB itself. Right, 15.4% jump. Okay, so why the reason why all these HDB flats are all breaking $1 million mark? Three simple reasons: proximity to transport. Singaporeans buy house or you guys buy house, look at what? Look at proximity to transport law. Because don't drive ma. If don't drive, you need your public transport node ma. Correct? Then next, high floor unit with view, of course, and newer flats. So everybody likes new things, right? So yeah, that's the reason. All right. Next, reputable schools. So Faber residence is within 1 km from Nanhua Primary School. Very good. Fulfills my SML school framework. Within 1 km to a very, very good school, Nanhua Primary School itself. All right. So, and it's also within 2 km from other very top primary schools like your Peitong. Okay. So, yeah, this will be able to help you really maximize your choice. You are able to choose between a couple of good schools. Okay, so yeah, that is very good. All right, so yeah, Nanhua Primary School. Our Google tells us that Nanhua Primary School is ranked third in the Singapore Primary School ranking from 2024. Of course, our minister say every school is a good school lah. Oh, so this is even a good school. All right. Okay, so other reputable schools, of course, it includes, I'm sure you guys see familiar logos here: School of Science and Technology, NUS, Singapore Poly, all right, Nanhua. Okay, now, next thing, efficient and flexible layout. Very important. Nowadays, say harmonize, so better be efficient and flexible. So let's see, all right? Okay, so we go straight into the 5 bedroom. All right. So 5 bedroom, 1453 square feet. Guys, again, don't see it as 1453 square feet itself. All right. So basically, your 1453 square feet is harmonized. So first you add a 7%. Of course, it gives you 1554 square feet. All right. On top of that, you guys need to seriously consider the non-tangible factor as well. That is as an efficient layout. Okay. So yep, we are able to see, the living and dining, okay, area. Okay, so you are able, again, what I like to do is I will move my living set out to my balcony. I'll zip share my balcony. Now I get a very big dining area itself. Sorry, move my dining area out, not my living area. All right, move my dining area out, then I'll get a very big living area. Okay, and then of course, as a 5 bedder, I have my junior master, okay, which is ensuite itself, and basically then I have my bedrooms, my common bedrooms. So my common bedrooms are all at a size of 7.93 square meters itself. Again, don't look at it as 7.93 square meter. All right, it is very efficient in terms of the layout. So yeah, it is. Yeah, 7.93 is super livable. All right. Now, last thing, land price of 900 per square foot per plot ratio. Once again, land price advantage. So you guys go and imagine first, okay, what price Faber residents will bring. Okay, so most affordable new launch condo in Clementi. I don't know how I can disagree with that. I mean, seriously, at a land price of 900 per square foot per plot ratio, uh, yeah, it has to be the most affordable new launch in Clementi. All right. So let's do just a resale analysis. Okay, let's look at Park Clementi's itself. So Park Clementi's, you are able to see highest profit for 3 bedder itself, already $1 million already. All right. If I mean in a holding period of 5 years itself, already hitting the $1 billion mark, which is super impressive. All right. You look at your annualized profits itself, we are easily comfortably in the 8.5% range. All right. So yeah, that is very good for 8.5% annualized return. Okay. Now, Clavon also almost $1 million. Okay, in terms of the profits itself. Okay. In terms of in the past 5 years. Okay. So the highest transacted, of course, 2271 per square foot, average 2044. Okay. Now Whistle Grand, highest 831. Okay, you can see all really very close to $1 million of profit already, in the same span of roughly about 5 years, 5, 6 years. All right. Then average 187, highest 2064. Okay. Now, we look at the BUC, okay, Alta, I think you guys, some might be familiar, was a project that also launched not long ago. Okay, so we can see Alta, Clementi area, look at the transaction itself, 1 bedroom, 506 square feet starting from 1.387, 2 bedroom, 807 starting from 2.241, 3 bedroom, 926 starting from 2.604, all right, uh, right? And stuff like that. Okay. So basically, of course, we have our 4 bedroom 1184 starting from 3.01 million, 5 bedroom 1776 starting from 3.9 million. So the average transacted, we are looking at around 2548 per square foot, all right, with the highest transacted 2881 per square foot. Okay. Now, Bloomsbury, same thing. Okay, just going to quickly run through. Okay, Bloomsbury, 2 bedroom, 678. This one is 1.638. 3 bedroom, 904, 2.227. 4 bedroom, 1173, 2.88. 5 bedroom, 1711, 4.654. So Bloomsbury itself is located at the Media Circle, Media Police area. Okay, so average 2348 per square foot, highest 2717 per square foot. Once again, this is a BUC project, right? Now, Linden Woods. Okay, Linden Woods, first day sold 90 over percent, nothing much to say, seriously. Price super attractive. The time 2461 per square foot, highest 2007. So if you miss out on Linden Woods, now you have another opportunity in Faber. Don't miss out again. All right. So your starting price previously 3 bedroom, 1292 square foot was 3.043. 4 bedder was 4.23 million. All right. Now, Faber residents, what are the potential starting price that we are looking at? All right, so let's have a look. Okay, so firstly, of course, 2 bedder will be at 646 square feet. That will be 20% of the development. 3 bedder will be 797 to 818 square feet. Then you have your 861 and your 1033 square feet. taking up 50% of the development. So you can see it's a development that developer is focusing a lot on on-state demand. Our bigger units itself basically already comprises 80% of the entire development itself. 4 bedrooms at 1119 square feet, 1206 and 1270 square feet, 25% of the development. 5 bedrooms itself will be 1485 square feet, 5% of the development. Okay, so yeah, and so let's say we just look at the assumption of around 2150 per square foot itself, then we'll be looking at sub 1.4 mil for 2 bedder, 1.7 mil for 3 bedder, okay, and 4 bedder itself will be 2.405 mil, 5 bedder will be 3.192 mil. All right. Okay, so yeah, this is just some of the price comparisons. You guys can just have a look. Okay. Now we look at OCR land prices. These things I have gone through in my previous video. You guys can refer to my previous video as well. Okay. Yeah, this is of course your comparative analysis. Okay. Now, again, question is, now this is all by balloting. How do I increase my chances to get a unit at Faber? Okay, so first, of course, like I mentioned, you must be a loyalty purchaser. So if you are existing owner of a Coco Land Hongdong project, you're able to, take out things like your PUB, water fee, stuff like that, electrical bills to show that you are in a Coco Land project, then you qualify to be a loyalty purchaser. VIP purchaser, of course, single tier family, minimum 2 units and above. Multiple purchaser, yeah, similar sort of concept. So, sorry, VIP purchaser is more if you are invited by like a high official in Coco Land itself. All right. All right. So these are, like I mentioned, all the requirements to allow you to qualify under the Friday VVIP booking. Okay. So these are of course the list of developments by Hong Leong and Goku Land. So I mean you guys are just able to do a simple search. You will know whether your project is developed by Goku Land or Hong Leong. Okay. Okay, so again, the preview timeline, okay, we have mentioned at the start of the video, just to remind you guys again, preview commences this Friday itself, all the way to 13 October, cut off 14 October at 5 p.m., the merging 15 October, balloting 16 October. If you are multiple VIP purchase, own previous Gokule Hong Leong products, or you are a first-year family member of someone who does so, then congratulations, you're able to book your unit 1 day in advance on the 17th of October, and booking day will be 18 October for the regular public single purchaser booking. Okay, so yeah, with that we have come to the end of this showcase on Faber Residence. So once again, do remember to like, share, and subscribe. All right. And if Faber Residence is something that you think interests you, all right, my number is in the description box below. Drop me a WhatsApp. Let's see whether we are able to make Faber Residence your next home. All right. So yeah, with that, see you guys at my next video. Cheers, guys.